Need everyone, Zabora here, so I'm going to kind of keep this as short as possible. So I want to talk a little bit about the last video, which was lesson 15A, so this is going to be lesson 15B, and it's going to be short because I'm just going to kind of tell you a little bit how I feel. It's up to you guys to determine how you feel and how you want to proceed from this point forward. So when I first started out, I was learning the solitary eclectic Wicca that most people in the 90s were writing about. Scott Cunningham, Silver Raven Wolf, Raymond Buckland. That's the type of material that I was pulling from. And all of them insisted on cleansing ritual space, ritual purity, and performing your circle first. So that kind of structure kind of has always stuck with me because it was one of the first things that I learned how to do as a young witch. And I guess it's kind of always appealed to me to have some type of structure in place, and that's why I still use it to this day when I perform spell work or anything else. It's just, it feels right to me, so that's why I continue to use it. But as I kind of aged and started learning about other magics and stuff, specifically hoodoo, you're not going to find any type of set ritual that you do before or after or during any type of hoodoo spell work. It's just not there. It's more of a folk kind of approach to magic, although there are set rules and set standards and things like that. It's very folksy in its practice. So while there are some hoodoos, I'm sure, that have some type of ritual in place, most of them don't. Excuse me. Most of the people that I've always talked to, they'll say, oh yeah, I say a little prayer to Jesus. Maybe they bless their ingredients or whatever. But there is no set structure to really what they're doing. It's more of a, hey, I need this and I'll take this, and I need that and I'll take that, and it's very, like I said, it's very folksy. That's just never really appealed to me as a practitioner. I prefer to have a ritual. But given that most of the people that practice hoodoo are Christians of some persuasion, Protestant, Catholic, doesn't matter, they have their own religious affiliations. So maybe that's why they don't use one, because mostly the only structured rituals that I know of are in Christianity are like the Catholic Mass. So yeah, I could be wrong. I don't really know that much about Christian rituals. So if not using a ritual kind of appeals to you and you're just more of a, hey, I'm gonna hedge witch it up, or whatever the hell the term is that you guys want to use, then that's fine. You don't have to have any kind of ritual. It's just something that I've always felt kind of boosted my own energy, and it sets my mind in a specific kind of pattern, getting ready to build energy and perform my spells or perform my rituals or whatever else. And the repeated usage of the same ritual over and over again is almost therapeutic. It kind of immediately, hey, we're doing magic now, so buck up and get ready. At least for me, that's just how I feel. So if you don't feel like that's necessary for you in your magic, if you just want to grab your candle and say your prayer or say your ritual and write up your name paper, then totally fine. Totally fine. It's how you feel. It's just something that doesn't work for me. I've always been the type that needs that structure and needs that kind of basic outline for my spell work. Okay? So if you guys liked the ritual that I did, you can find a smaller version of it in Following the Sun by Sharon Laborde, A Practical Guide to the Egyptian Religion. The actual ceremony that I pulled from can be found in this book, Circle of the Sun, Rites and Celebrations for Egyptian Pagans and Chemetics by Sharon Laborde. And of course, we are going to be doing a little bit of a deity series, not too much, but a wee bit of a one. And you can find even a copy of the ritual that I did in this book, Celebrating the Egyptian Gods by Sharon Laborde. So that's basically it. I've kind of always been of the mindset that an opening ritual helps. If you're not, then you're not, and you don't have to use one. But if you'd like to, then there are options out there for you. If you are like me and you kind of prefer the hoodoo route and the more sympathetic type magic, then you have the Catholic Mass that you can pull from if you're of that persuasion, like my friend Reverend Victoria is. She's of more of a Christian persuasion, so if she prefers to do a ritual, she may prefer to use the structure of the Catholic Mass. But I know she's also into the Egyptian stuff, so she may prefer to pull from the Egyptian stuff. I've got a couple friends that actually work with the Goetia, the demons, I don't know, that come from Kabbalah. So I don't know too much about Kabbalah. Do the Jewish people, the people that practice Kabbalah, have any kind of set ritual? I don't know. That could be something you want to look into. If you're kind of more into just the African magic and stuff like that, well, there are other religions out there that have been influenced by the slave trade. You have Santeria, you've got Voodoo, all kinds of stuff. So you may want to look into that and see if they have any kind of opening rituals or set practices and things of that nature that they go through. I think there is one where they wrap the head. I think that's Palo Mayombe, where they actually will wrap the heads in white cloth and stuff. I'm really not too sure. I kind of found my thing with the Egyptian religion, but it's really up to you guys at this point to figure out what it is that you want to do. Okay? So our next series will be a few of the Egyptian gods. I will be going over a few of them just because I was asked a few times by a few different people to do it. So that's what we're going to be focusing on a little bit next. But I do have one more video I'm going to do before then, and it's going to be a witchy word. Okay, guys? So that's it for tonight. Sanepte.